up to 20 stone, don't be worried about getting this bike. Don't be worried one bit. So that'll be on camera, that. Right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I hope everybody's doing alright. A few days ago I put out a video about me fitting a few bits to the bike with exhaust, and I mentioned about suspension getting sorted. Well, I'm just out today because I'm just fine-tuning, or attempting to fine-tune the suspension, and up to this point I think I've got it to the point where I like it. Now, for them what are familiar with suspension on these, obviously Öhlins front and rear suspension, they've got the full adjustable with preload, rebound, compression on front and back. The van just pulls in front of me. F***ing knobhead. Yeah, so a full set of Öhlins front and back, fully adjustable. So as it come as standard, it wasn't too bad, to be honest with you. A lot better than, I mean, I can't compare it to KTM because that were electronic suspension or semi-active or electronic suspension or whatever it was. But that felt alright, that was fine. But referencing it to the MT10, I said before in another video that I felt like it was squatting when I accelerated, so the spring were far too soft on that. But as these come as standard, they're quite highly sprung. So yeah, it's quite stiff is the suspension anyway, so I did feel okay for it. So I did the usual, measured the rider's sag, which I set front and back to 35, which when I had MT10 there were nowhere near I got near 35, because the spring on that were just far too soft. So I've got them set to 35 front and back. Front brake squeaking, that needs sorting out. Yeah, so I set front 35, rear 35. So the rider's sag were fine. It were just the compression and rebound dampening now. So in book it gives you, you know, recommended settings from Triumph or Öhlins or whoever's recommended these settings. And to be fair, in solo ride, it wasn't too bad. Just the rear were fine, but I found on the front that when you're braking, putting on front brake, it were diving a little bit forward. So what I've done is, over the last couple of days I've been messing about, going out for rides, you know, checking it out, and what I actually find better now is the front rebound is set at 15, which in book that's the normal riding, you know, solo riding on road, and I've dialed in the compression to 13. So rebound set at 15 and compression set at 13, and when I put on front brake it's not diving as much, so I think I might have finally tuned that to how I like it now. The handling feels great, turns in, it's just so easy to flick about, so easy to manoeuvre. But I'm coming up to a couple of decent corners in a minute, so I'll give it a higher speed check. I went through all recommended settings in book. You know, they were fine. The only one that I didn't quite get on with was the I think it's the sport mode setting, so it stiffens everything up with your compression, rebound and that. And what I found with that is I was running a little bit wide at corners, so I was coming out at corner and I was running a little bit wide. So I changed it back to normal solo riding, and it was fine. But when you get your suspension set up properly, or to how you like it, the confidence it gives you in the corners, it's just unbelievable. So if anybody's out there what's not had the suspension set up or tweaked with it, don't be scared to tweak with it. Definitely get it set up to how you like it, because it improves your ride no end. I mean, I'm no expert, but I've done all my own suspension setups. Barring Donna's, I took Donna's to Alpha suspension for the simple fact that it was the low ride height version, and it didn't have any rebound dampening on it for some reason. I don't know, but barring that, you know, I've done all my own, and I've never had any issues. I mean, I brought my little Allen key out for front compression and rebound adjusters if I need to make any adjustments. Whereas back, they're just dials, just little knobs like them things. What are you looking at? So yeah, if I need to make any adjustments on fly, I'll do it while I'm out today. I might tweak the rebound on the rear a little bit, but to be fair, I mean, to be honest, I've hit a couple of little bumps when I first set off, but no major ones in corners. This road's pretty good, to be honest. But when I get to, I'll get to somewhere and I'll pull over and I'll show you. I'll show you what the suspension's like on front and back of these if you want to have a look at it. You might have already turned video off by then. Like I'm front braking it now, hitting corner. It's just straight round. See, I just hit a bump then and it felt fine. It didn't feel like Oppo going up on back end. handling wise, I mean, my MT10 could handle, but this is just something else. It gives you the confidence with the springs being stiffer, and it's like when I first bought my MT10 and I got on it, I thought, you know, fine, and then I was watching a couple of videos, suspension and all this, that and other, and everybody, you know, a lot of people are saying that it was too soft for bigger guys. I mean, I'm 20 stone and it's just all cost, or a K-Tech or Olin's, you know, you're talking best part of between 500 and a grand for a new rear shock. So, but I mean, this bike, it comes, I'm 20 stone and it don't feel like I'm too big for it. It certainly don't feel like it's squatting or suspension's too soft for me. It's just perfect. So if you are a bigger guy, you know, 20 stone, up to 20 stone, don't be worried about getting this bike. Don't be worried one bit. See, what I've done is, I know it's a little bit tedious, but I'm sticking to the same route. Sticking to the same route as what I did before. So, you know, same road, same bumps, and I can judge, you know, with corners what I did last time and how it felt last time. So if you can, try and stick to the same route while you're doing your suspension. It's good when you get an acknowledgement. Passed a few bikers today and I've nodded, but they haven't nodded back. I've got these new set of earplugs in as well today. I'm trying these out. 20 quid from Sports Bike Shop. Well, they were £17.99. A bit boring, I know, like, but when you're using your bike every day for work, like I do, it does get a bit annoying, does wind. Like I say, it can damage your hearing over time, so I've got these ones with filters in, so I still feel like I can talk properly, and also I can hear everything apart from the piercing wind noise or the exhaust droning. I'll tell you what I do, keep pressing menu button instead of cruise control. See, this is a decent road for being able to see in front of you, but surface is a little bit, you know, shitty in places, so it's a good way to test out the suspension.
Right guys, I just got back from ride out. I didn't have chance to stop because I got a phone call saying Young and were coming back from my friends early, so I had to shoot home and get her. But anyway, yeah, so all good. I'm happy with it. There's no dive on front forks anymore when I'm pulling up front brakes, so I'm happy with that. Rear, yeah, sounds a pound. So at the minute, it's set up to how I like it. Obviously when we go touring and I throw some throw-over luggage on, I might have to change a bit with back end, but other than that everything's sound. So I'll just show you what I did. I have to pick my camera up because my thing's in house. So first of all, when I got bike, what I did is I checked all front end, the adjusters, just to make sure that the both forks were set evenly. So I checked the preload, wound it out, and then wound it back into what it was set at. So it was set at number 4, as it comes from factory or from Triumph or whatever they do when they set them up. So the front end was set right. Same with compression and rebound, they were both set at 15 clicks. So to get my rider sag, I've got 35mm at front and 35 at back. Obviously if you're going on track or you're doing a spirited ride or whatever, you want your front end sat a little bit lower, so they say. But for normal road ride, I've just got mine set at 35 front, 35 rear. Front rebound, front compression, I've dialed that into 12. Wound it all the way in, counted in from 15, then counted back out to 12. And then rebound, I've just let that, just left that at 15 for now. It seems to be alright. It seems to be coming back up evenly. There's no lag or out like that. And then rear, I've got the rear rebound set to 16. I'll show you that. This is the rear. So I've got the rebound set to 16, and the compression I've got that set to 21. Which, yeah, that's sound sorted, is that. So there's your rebound. To set your rebound, you just dial it all the way in and count the clicks out, and same with your compression as well. My spring, I wound that in 2 turns, which give me my 35mm of rider sag, and with the front spring preload, that was set at 4. I just give it an half a turn to 4.5, but the front forks are pretty stiff anyway. Like I said, the suspension come pretty stiff. So yeah, that was just an half a turn in, so that's 4.5 turns in on preload on front. I'll just show you compression. So it's a 3. Where's my Allen key? So it's a 3mm Allen key, and it just sits inside the nut there. I did, just to check it, I rotated it all the way in and counted the clicks out, and it's same with rebound as well. So it's you know, once you get your head round the you know, rotating it clockwise, anti-clockwise, decrease, increase and all that palaver, once you get your head round all that, it's just simple. It's just keeping a record of what you've done. So I just write it down and I keep it in my book. So just to recap, I've got 35mm on front and back of rider sag. Front preload, 4.5 turns in to increase on the front springs. 15 on rebound and 12 on compression up front. 2 on the rear, 2 full turns of preload on the spring, and 16 rebound and 21 compression. Also, when you do change all your suspension settings on your bike, just check your chain tension, because you might have to adjust the chain as well. I did that. I've already done that, so it won't weigh out. It was a little bit slacker, obviously, but I just tightened it up. So, and that's it. All on suspension. Right, I'll leave it there with you guys. Have a good weekend. Enjoy all celebrations with Jubilee, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers. Stay safe, guys.